Have you ever felt that your body has been whispering warnings that you keep ignoring because they arrive disguised as normal, everyday discomforts? Many women dismiss constant fatigue, irregular appetite, skin changes, or sudden shifts in mood as simple consequences of stress or a busy routine. But these quiet changes often reveal the earliest stages of hormonal imbalance. Before a diagnosis ever enters the picture, the body begins sending delicate signals that can become louder over time if they remain unaddressed. You might notice your cycle arriving earlier or later than usual, or skipping entirely, yet tell yourself it is nothing serious. You might wake up feeling drained even after a full night of sleep, assuming it's just a long week catching up with you. But the truth many women never hear is that these seemingly harmless symptoms are often the first signs of deeper issues unfolding beneath the surface. The body rarely malfunctions without cause. Instead, it adapts, compensates, and alerts you through subtle physical and emotional shifts. When hormone levels begin to fluctuate irregularly, they affect everything from the way you process energy to how you respond emotionally throughout the day. What feels like irritation might be insulin resistance forming. What feels like tiredness might be your hormones struggling to keep their balance. And what feels like random discomfort might be your body trying to communicate its needs more urgently than you realize. This is why paying attention to your body's early cues matters more than most women imagine. When the signals are gentle, they are easier to manage. When they are ignored, they grow into louder disruptions that impact weight, sleep, mood, fertility, and long-term health. Your body is not trying to inconvenience you. It is trying to protect you. And understanding these signs is the first step toward taking control of your own well-being. Every symptom carries a story, and the earlier you listen, the more power you have to change the ending before it becomes overwhelming or difficult to reverse. One of the most overlooked aspects of women's health is the way small changes appear long before a hormonal disorder is officially diagnosed. Women often rationalize symptoms like persistent irritation, random bursts of hunger, or losing interest in activities they once enjoyed, brushing them off as temporary emotions. But emotional shifts often signal early hormonal irregularities that influence neurotransmitters responsible for mood regulation. When hormones fluctuate, even slightly, they affect serotonin, dopamine, and cortisol, making your emotional landscape feel unpredictable. You might blame yourself for being too sensitive or too tired, when in reality, these feelings may reflect deeper physiological imbalances. These emotional shifts are not weaknesses. They are protective mechanisms designed to help you identify internal changes before they become more serious. Understanding that mood is a biological response, not a personal flaw, empowers women to seek help earlier rather than waiting until symptoms intensify. These signs matter because emotional health is directly connected to physical well-being, and when one falters, the other soon follows. The key is to recognize that your feelings are not random. They are messages. Another silent warning many women ignore appears in the form of mood patterns that seem inconsistent or exaggerated compared to daily circumstances. Hormonal fluctuations can significantly alter how you process stress, interpret interactions, and recover from emotional triggers. Women often internalize these changes, believing they should simply handle things better. But the truth is that hormones dictate far more of your mental resilience than most people realize. When progesterone decreases too quickly or estrogen spikes unexpectedly, it can make you feel overwhelmed by tasks that would normally feel manageable. Simultaneously, the body may deploy stress hormones in attempts to stabilize internal balance, creating a physical sense of tension even when nothing stressful is happening. These shifts are not failures. They are physiological responses that deserve attention. Acknowledging the connection between hormone health and emotional regulation can lead to earlier detection of problems like PCOS, thyroid imbalance, or reproductive disorders. Your emotions often reveal what your body is struggling to balance long before physical symptoms appear. When hormones shift out of balance, the skin often becomes the first visible indicator even before you experience deeper internal symptoms. Sudden acne, unusual oiliness, dryness, or unexpected sensitivity are more than cosmetic concerns. They are reflections of endocrine signaling disruptions. Women frequently dismiss these changes as reactions to new products or temporary stress, but the skin is one of the body's most expressive organs when internal harmony is disrupted. Excess androgens can trigger breakouts, while low estrogen can lead to dullness or loss of elasticity. These skin shifts may seem harmless, yet they are often the earliest clues that the body is compensating for deeper hormonal instability. Instead of covering or ignoring them, understanding their origins can lead to earlier intervention and restoration of balance. Skin is not superficial. It is an essential storyteller of your internal health. When it changes abruptly, it is rarely without reason. Weight fluctuations are another misunderstood signal, often blamed on poor discipline, lack of motivation, or sudden cravings. But the truth is that hormonal imbalance, particularly involving insulin, cortisol, and thyroid hormones, can dramatically alter how your body stores and uses energy. When these systems destabilize, you may gain weight even when you eat well, or lose weight unexpectedly despite normal habits. Many women shame themselves for this, believing it reflects personal failure when it is often a metabolic response the body uses to protect itself. Hormones determine hunger cues, appetite, fat storage, energy levels, and even how your body reacts to certain foods. Dismissing weight fluctuations as laziness overlooks the biological reality that hormones drive metabolic outcomes far more powerfully than willpower alone. Recognizing this allows women to seek appropriate care instead of blaming themselves for changes they cannot control. The body is not malfunctioning, it is signaling imbalance. Sleep disturbances also carry hidden meanings, especially when they appear suddenly or persist despite good habits. Women often normalize waking up at night, difficulty falling asleep, or vivid dreams that leave them exhausted the next day, assuming stress is the only culprit. But hormones like progesterone, cortisol, and melatonin all work together to regulate rest. When these levels shift, even slightly, the entire sleep cycle becomes disrupted. Unable to rest, the body enters a feedback loop in which poor sleep worsens hormonal imbalance, which then worsens sleep yet again. Many women only seek help after months or years of restless nights, not realizing this was the body's early alarm system indicating internal instability. Quality sleep is one of the strongest indicators of hormonal health, and when it is compromised, deeper issues often follow. The body cannot heal without rest, and recognizing sleep changes early can prevent years of imbalance. Many women assume that digestive discomfort is unrelated to hormonal health, but the gut is one of the most hormonally sensitive systems in the entire body. Bloating, constipation, sudden cravings, or nausea often reveal changes in hormone levels long before menstrual cycles become irregular. Estrogen and progesterone strongly influence digestion speed, nutrient absorption, and gut sensitivity. When levels become unbalanced, the digestive system responds immediately. Women often blame certain foods, believing they suddenly don't agree with them anymore, when the true cause is hormonal signaling creating inflammation or slowing gut movement. Because digestion is directly connected to stress and emotional regulation, these symptoms are often dismissed as anxiety or diet issues. Yet in reality, gut symptoms are among the most reliable methods the body uses to communicate internal imbalance. They are not random, they are warnings. The final and perhaps most critical sign that goes unnoticed is when the menstrual cycle changes its rhythm. Many women believe their cycle is allowed to be completely unpredictable, assuming irregularity is harmless, but the menstrual cycle is one of the most accurate indicators of hormonal health. When it becomes inconsistent, arriving early, late, or skipping entirely, the body is signaling that its internal systems are struggling to maintain balance. These changes rarely happen without cause. They are often connected to insulin resistance, thyroid dysfunction, stress overload, or early signs of PCOS. Women often delay seeking help because they assume it will fix itself, but early cycle shifts are the best opportunity for diagnosis and prevention. Your cycle is your monthly report card of health, and when it changes, it is speaking directly to you. Listening early empowers you to regain control long before symptoms escalate.